Hi, welcome to the Pursuit of Truth. It is the 19th of July 2018. A few things to get through. The first thing, I was watching Subtle Infinite. Oh my god, I can't even say his name still. I don't know why it's so difficult to say Infinity. Subtle Infinity, his website on YouTube. A lot of insight in there. Two of the things are from what I was watching from his video. So there was a meme he put up about the World Cup and how that if all this energy was spent on things that matter, what we could achieve. And I was thinking about that. Even I was caught up in the World Cup, but I was thinking of that. If you think about, when you see France win the World Cup, the Eiffel Tower full of people. Even when England were playing, the Hyde Park was full up. All different countries around the world. People, flying across, spending money, flying across the world to watch their football team. And not only that, what about even league teams? You get huge amounts, like Manchester United and Arsenal and Liverpool, whoever. All these people turning up to every single match. And it's interesting how, if you said to someone, well, let's go on a march to, boycott against human rights, or why don't we stand up for for something important, they'd probably say it was boring or there was no point in it, and yet they're going to sit and watch 11 men or 22 men kick a piece of leather around a pitch. I mean, if there were aliens and they looked upon this, they would see how silly and insignificant we were. There would be no threat we would be no threat to anyone, because look at us. And that's just one aspect of the waste of time that we waste all the time. Imagine, 22 people kicking a ball around a pitch, trying to get it in the other one's net. Millions, maybe even billions of people watch or participate in the support of that endeavour. I wonder how many billions, support things that actually should matter more, about the world that we're living in, the injustices that we're all accepting. Imagine how much power we would have if we replaced football. If we just all those people who went to football, all those people who went to different sports, whether it's football, racing, snooker, running, athletics, baseball, whatever the sport is, if all those people that supported sport just changed to support humanity, I wonder how much power we would all have. It's interesting, isn't it, really, when you think about it? Why is it that we have that mindset of, oh yeah, we're going to watch the football, we're going to go watch the Olympics, it's an event. But, to go protest at Westminster or the White House about the injustices of the life that we're all living and all suffering in. It is interesting how we have this mindset of things that we think are positive and that we'd like to do, and things that we think are boring and impossible to achieve. But they're not really, are they? It's just, maybe that's part of the programming. The other thing that I really liked on this video, the video is called, I think it was uploaded yesterday, it's Virtual Reality, Algorithms and the Machine. The other bit was, there was this meme he had of a woman holding up a placard, and the placard originally read, Islam is the problem. And someone had, I don't know if it was Subtle or someone else, had blanked out parts of Islam so that it actually read now, I am the problem. And he explained, it was so, the way he explained it was so eye-opening and so illustrative of the fact that we are brainwashed, that we are programmed. And we all know that anyway, because we go to school, we get taught, we are blank canvases when we start, and we get taught all the things through school, through friends, through television, through media, through whatever means. That's how we do it as a species. We pass down information from one to another. But we don't recognise it. But when he explained that, because it was a white woman in America holding up a placard saying Islam is the problem, not realising that she was, and that's why it said I am the problem, the land of America was stolen from the indigenous people that lived there. And she is one of those people, the ancestors of, the descendants of those people. So it's ironic that she, being a thief herself, is protesting about other people coming in to the country that she doesn't belong to in the first place. But if you asked her, she would have no concept of that. And it's not like it hasn't been taught. I mean, there are. I mean, he was showing how they retaught in history books, you know, that how slavery was a positive thing, or that when people came, the Europeans or whatever came to countries, that the settlers, the original people, made way for them so that they could have space to live in. I mean, if that's really what it says, I mean, that is just so untrue. That is not what happened. I mean, people were murdered and killed and tricked out of their land. Anyone who knows Cecil Rhodes and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I mean, that is a disgrace. I would like to see, I'm waiting for when the twins, they go to school, now with my different mindset, to see what is being taught. And obviously I'll have to reteach them so that they don't fall down the rabbit hole, as it were, that I found down, you know, so that I pass on, you know, some form of truth, so that they're able to realise that they were being lied to at an early age. It would be interesting to see what, you know, like if the school are teaching things like that, which, you know, it should be easy to prove that that's not actually factually true, what they would do about that if I challenge them. You know, if they have a textbook and it makes out that the people, indigenous people just gave way and said, yeah, here, come and live in our country and take it over and make us a minority. I wonder what they would say if I actually challenged them. Well, you know, just label me crazy and a troublemaker and say, don't come back to the school again. Who do you think you are, a teacher? Anyway, so the last point is this Novichok thing, a bit of an update. Like previously, they said that they found a bottle. Now, there's speculation of this bottle. Some people are saying it's perfume, but that doesn't seem to have been said officially. Perfume bottle that was found inside the house of the man, Charlie Rowley. And they're now saying that they picked up this bottle in a park somewhere and just took it home, and then the lady who passed away, she sprayed it on her wrists. She's a homeless lady, apparently. I don't know how true that is. She has a few children of her own. I think they're a couple. So, but I mean, and they're known drug addicts. This story, it just doesn't make any sense. He apparently woke up, the guy, and his first words, according to his brother, who didn't recognise him that much, were, they killed my girlfriend, they killed my girlfriend. I'm sure he hadn't even been informed that she had passed away. So the use of the word they, the use of the word killed, I mean, it's very scripted, isn't it? I do wonder now whether these people even exist. Whether they're actors, or whether it is genuine, whether they even exist, whether the other ones even exist. How would we know even if they did exist or not? I know that sounds crazy, but it's easy to make people up, make names up, isn't it? How would we ever verify them? I mean, we all see movies, don't we? We all know how talent casting, they ask people to send in pictures and they use them in movies. So, I mean, like, just having a picture doesn't mean anything, really. I don't know. I mean, from my point of view, it'd be easier that they are genuine people. But obviously they're pinpointing it at Russia with no real evidence. And the thing I didn't realise, that Porton Down, the people who tested the chemical and who must manufacture it in the sense that to be able to diagnose what it is, they must have samples and stuff. That's actually in that area, I assume of Wiltshire. I didn't realise that. I mean, well, that's not suspicious at all, is it? But the fact is, I mean, in any normal crime story, if a bottle of a poison was found in someone's house, you would almost certainly think that the person who owned that house was the perpetrator of the crime. I mean, I don't know why no one has even suggested that Charlie could be the perpetrator of the Skripal attempted nerve agent attack, because it was found in his property. Isn't that normally how things work? I mean, if there was like a shooting at a house and you found a gun that matched the bullets that was fired out of a gun in someone's house, you'd think it was that, you'd be suspicious of that person. So I don't know why that hasn't even been mentioned at all. But instantly he's a victim, and it's Russia and it's connected, and now apparently they have suspects which they've managed to track down through CCTV. I mean, they haven't even found Stephen Lawrence's murderers, and many other cases that seem to happen when CCTV seems to switch off through terrorist attacks and etc. But now apparently, after this second case, they've managed to find some CCTV, and they're talking about the people they know who came into the country. I don't know, it just, to me, it sounds very... It doesn't sound right. I don't know, maybe it is, I don't know, but it just... I mean, also from the common sense point of view, that this second attack was done during the World Cup, where it's hosted in Russia and everything's going well for them. It would be, the wrong time to launch such a thing. Nerve agents is supposed to be it's supposed to be one of the worst nerve agents. People keep surviving it. I don't know how the NHS are doing this, but it just seems very, very suspicious. I don't know. Maybe it's just bad journalism, or just because they're not disclosing enough information for security reasons. I don't know, but I don't know what you think about it. Anyway, that's enough for me. Take care, take it easy, God bless, and peace.